welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week sponsored by Solos, The People Love Me. It is December 2024, and we are playing Pokemon Misfit Island Episode 14. We are using a homebrew of the Wild Word system, and I am Ian the Professor, and we have X playing Y.
Taylor playing Axel. I got to say it first.
And anyone else want to join in? No? Because this is a solo. Yeah.
I get my own episode.
Yeah. We're gonna do something funny and fun this episode, and then have you'll catch on very quick, listeners. It'll be good, and yeah, just again trying to do fun, neat little things here and there, keep us entertained rather than same old, same old. But first, we should do a recap. What happened last week?
Oh, geez. Cabe, or I should say Augustus.
Augustus, yeah.
He got his Kyogre.
Yes, Augustus trained hard, swam up all the waterfalls in the world, and got Kyogre.
Yeah, and then me and Nero went to the trading shop to inquire about me getting a Mega Stone.
Yes.
And got some cake. Yeah, that was about it, I think.
Yeah. Dingleberт.
I always forget that name.
Inglebert. Not Dinglebert. Inglebert.
Okay, sorry. I'm just side thing. I'm looking at Dylan's page, and it says kills 1.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go. You guys ended the last session at the top of the waterfall, making your way back towards the village of
that place.
Sorry, Galaxerna. I wonder why I struggle with that one. Galaxerna. Yeah. So yeah, you're making your way back to the village of Galaxerna, and we're gonna say along the way, one of the evenings, you guys you camp down by the waterfalls. As you go down, you kind of make your way slowly meandering back to the village, not rushing it, because Augustus and Kyogre are tired. So you're making your way slowly but surely back down. And yeah, you wake up. You go to sleep one night, Augustus. Nope, you're not Augustus. Axel, thank you. I had Augustus's page open for a second there. Axel, you go to sleep with everyone else in the one night, and it was a long day. You guys hiked a good chunk to that day, and you just you were pretty tired, so you fell into a pretty good deep sleep, and you wake up feeling groggy. Almost as if, do you know what, like when you oversleep and you have that like groggy feeling, even though you've it's not the tired groggy, it's the overslept groggy. Do you ever get that?
Where you're kind of confused whether it's 7 a.m. or 7 p.m.
Yeah, like genuinely, like, have you ever gone, to bed and then just done like a 12-hour or 13-hour sleep?
Yep.
And you wake up and you're like, why did I sleep that long? Like my whole day is going to be like my whole what is it? Circadian rhythm? Yeah. Like you're just absolutely like muddled and befuddled.
You're the complete opposite of well rested.
Yeah, even though you just slept like a ton. It always bothers me, honestly. Like it, yeah. I feel like you should be extra rested, not less rested.
exactly.
Yeah. But yes, you wake up and you feel that. You feel that like much more than you've ever felt. Like very heavy, befuddled, kind of rested feeling.
Okay.
And looking around, you are in a room. You're lying on a bed, a fairly comfortable bed in all fairness. And you're looking at stone walls all around you and a iron grated, like an iron grate, bars on one wall and some torches lighting up the area. No torches in your like little room, but there's torches on the walls just outside of the iron grate. You have none of your Pokemon on you, and none of your items. Basically, you've been basically stripped down to your underclothes.
Did they find the Darkrai Pokeball stashed away in my my back door?
Yep.
Wow, they were thorough.
I don't need that image. Yeah, no, you find yourself Pokeball-less and itemless, stripped down into your skivvies, and you're in a room.
Okay, I will go up to the iron grate, and is it locked?
It is.
All right, I will yell for someone to come to my room and explain what's going on.
Yeah. You start yelling, and a half a minute later, a guard comes over. You recognize instantly this is one of the guards from Gravito.
Son of a bitch.
He looks at you and goes, "Oh, you're awake. Lovely. How are you feeling?"
I feel like I've been drugged. What's going on?
We just a precaution. The king wished to speak with you, so it took us a little while to find you, but we found you.
Okay. Awesome.
Excellent. Well, now that you're awake, I'll go inform one of the nobles and the king, and someone should be here shortly. I hope. I don't know. Can I get you some food or water or anything?
Yeah, just some food, my clothes, my Pokemon, just the essentials.
Yeah. Sorry. Just a second. No. Okay. I didn't mean to start a fight. I poked Laura as she went by.
Get him, Laura.
You try and poke your wife. Anywho, what was I saying? Yes. Let me get you some food and water. Does that sound nice?
That sounds nice, but where are my stuff and Pokeballs?
I unfortunately I can't give that to you right now. We've been ordered not to give you stuff that you can help you escape. It kind of makes sense after last time. But now, you got food and water and stuff, and if you need anything else, just let me know. And he walks away, and he'll be back in like 5 minutes or so with, honestly, a nice bowl of, like, you were expecting prison food. This is a nice hearty bowl of soup, some fresh baked bread, a nice thing of cheese, and it's a nice meal and some nice wine to go with it.
I was just gonna say, what? No wine?
Oh no, definitely. This is medieval level. It's a nice wine, and hearty soup, nice, still hot. And the fresh bread again, warm to the touch, nice cheese. Yeah.
All right, they're trying to bribe me. All right, I will. Yeah, I'll trust them. I'll eat the soup. I'll eat the food.
It's delicious. You feel, honestly, this is probably one of the best meals you've had since coming to this island. I think I can safely say it's probably the best meal you've had since coming to this island.
We've been living off of rations and
well, yeah, like even in the towns, like the townspeople don't eat crazy good here. Like there's some good meals, don't get me wrong. Like they're not barbaric or anything, but you're used to, it's fairly simple. They're local farmers, fishermen. They don't have a lot of trading. It's only local spices and herbs that they can, like, there's nothing exotic. You're used to a world with full, like, global trade economy. And, you can get bananas when it's freezing cold out because you have global trade. You can get, like, fresh fruit. You can get herbs and smell, like, you can get all sorts of things. But here, you just get whatever the locals get. And again, good food, but not crazy. But this is really good. Like someone has worked hard to make this as good as it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And after a little bit, the guard will come back. He's like, "Okay, well, the king's ready to see you. Now I'm gonna ask, before I open this gate, are you gonna do anything stupid?"
I just kind of, do that kind of like, how does that, like, where you just kind of like tilt your head and you just kind of look at them and you're just like, maybe not.
He's got a spear and he's got his shield. And he just kind of points the spear. He's like, "Look, I don't want you, like, don't do anything stupid, please. Like, we're not here to hurt you. It's not gonna, like, the king would like to talk to you. This is a huge honor. Very few people get to talk to the king. So, like, just please don't do anything stupid."
I look at him and I go, "Okay, fine. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll go speak with the king and I won't try to escape."
Thank you. Again, like, I don't know why anyone would want to escape here. There's only barren wasteland out there and it's terrible. There's giant Pokemon and crazy other monster Pokemon. Like, why do people not want to live here? Like, there's literal crowds trying to get into this city and people are escaping. I don't get it. Anywho, he'll open your gate and, again, keeping the spear pointed at you, and like have you walk in front of him and be like, "Okay, here we go." And then guide you down a hallway, down a few twisting turns, and then out into, again, you remember this area. It's, picture a, like, dwarven fortress, those, like, crazy underground giant vast ceilings and pillars and, torches and glowing stones lighting the way. There's even run of electric lights in certain parts of the, like, as you look around. In fact, as you go closer and closer towards what must be the Capitol building, like what must be the palace, you see more and more electric lights in the area.
Ooh, bougie.
And yeah, the palace in front of you is, you thought, like, again, picturing the dwarven mine, like vast open cavern, all the buildings coming up on the ground and then pillars here and there. The castle itself, the palace, is not on ground level. You notice 4 of these massive pillars have anchored to them a platform about 30 feet up, and then it's built on that platform. And there's stairs on one of the pillars going up to, like, going around the pillar up to this palace. It's incredible. Like looking at it again, it's 30 feet up, and then it must be a 50-foot building, and it's got to be 200 feet by 200 feet squared, and is just this massive, if not bigger. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there an elevator, or do I really have to walk up all those stairs?
You got to walk up all the stairs. Even the guard is like the guard gets to the bottom of the stairs and he trades off with a guard, and you can see he's visibly happy that he doesn't have to go up all these stairs, and the guard at the bottom is like, okay now, and he starts like going up the stairs. I just like it's a while. It's only 30 feet, so it's like 3 flights of stairs. It's like 3.5 flights of stairs, but still.
Cue the scene from Kung Fu Panda when Po is just reaching the final crest of the top of the stairs, and he's just huffing and puffing.
Yeah. You get to the top, and again, in front of you is this beautiful palace. They have little like water features, electric lights, glow stones. There's not a torch in sight. There's trees growing in here under the glow stones. It's flower garden. It's beautiful. All the bricks look to be made out of different precious metals and like gems and stuff. It's
Okay, so they're living it up in here while everyone else is suffering outside. Good to know.
Mm-hmm. You get ushered in, and you walk through the palace. You see some like, it's clearly nobles. Like they're in like fancier clothes, and they're mingling, and they're waiting, and they see you, and they're kind of like hushed tones, covering their mouths, talking. And the guard brings you all the way to these grand double doors that swing open as the guard knocks, and you're ushered into a hall, a throne room. And inside of the throne room is a man sitting on a chair, a big, tall chair. Like it's made out of. The only way to describe it would be like, the tail of like a comet.
Yes.
Yeah, like that spiky, cool kind of look. It looks like a meteor like crashed, and then they carved a chair into that like spiky crash, kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah. And the whole thing glows. The chair itself. And then sitting behind the chair, again, sitting in the chair is a man. He has a crown. You notice on his crown, if you look closely, it's got just all the megastones embedded in his crown.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just literally like one of every type of megastone is just embedded. Instead of like diamonds and like rubies and sapphires, he has megastones in his crown.
Yep, that's a flex.
Yeah. And then behind his chair, it like almost encircling the chair, almost like a liquid, is a melmetal. You know melmetal.
Yeah.
It's a giant shiny melmetal that is just encircling, like melmetal's liquid iron body is kind of like coating and flowing around the chair a little bit, and its head is just like sticking out above the chair looking down.
I want it.
And the king looks at you and he goes, "Greetings, foreigner. I hope you were treated well on your journey here."
I have I'm kind of like, scratching my eye and, just kind of like, well, I woke up in a place that I did not go to sleep. I feel like I got ran over by a train. I don't know if you know what a train is, but it's a very heavy object. Splitting headache, and woke up in a room. No Pokeballs, no Pokemon, no items, no clothes, and yeah, feeling a little hurt. But I will say, was given a very nice, pleasant meal. You might want to install an elevator. Just that's my point of view. Too many stairs. Just way too many stairs. Anywho, what can I do for you? You brought me all the way here. There must be something important you wanted to ask me about.
There's nobles milling about in the you've seen enough animes with a king to know what a throne room looks like, right? It's got the king and the nobles off to the side that always are hushed tones talking and
they're all
right?
Look at this commoner. He's so silly.
Yeah, exactly. You know exactly. The king looks, he goes, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe you treated so poorly. Please, guards, get him his stuff as quickly as possible." And you see a guard run off. He's like, I specifically told them you were our guest and to be invited nicely back here. It's hard to find good help these days.
Okay. Alrighty then. Well, as long as I get my stuff back, I guess other than a little hardship and a little workout, no harm, no foul.
Yeah. The stairs are needed, in case we ever get attacked. An elevator is just too. We could build one. We have the power and the technology, of course. We have elevators in other parts, but the stairs are, well, call me old-fashioned, but I like them. Yes. So I've brought you here today because, and he picks up. So you gave a number of Pokeballs to Engelbert.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, what was it I gave him? I gave him the steel.
You gave him a steel type Pokeball, a normal type Pokeball, a psychic ghost ball, and a ice ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's holding one of the steel balls in his hand.
Oh.
And he goes, and then you see one of the guards brings out a little tray and it's got the other Pokeballs you've made that you've traded to, because you also traded it would have been to Alton. Did I not? One of the herb balls or whatever.
Yeah, it was the herb ball. Yeah.
Yeah. You see he's got all the Pokeballs you've made on this little tray and he's picking them up. He's like, "These are quite impressive." You're
admiring my handiwork. Thank you very much.
Of course. Here in Gravito, we pride ourselves on our technology and our advancements. And we've come to learn a few things recently. And after your unfortunate visit last time, there must have been some kind of misunderstanding. We were offering you a job here, a home. We could benefit from the knowledge we share. I could I could offer you knowledge of Pokeballs beyond your wildest dreams. And in return, all we ask is you help us build better Pokeballs as well, and improve society for all people. And you hear the nobles, "Hear, hear, yes, yes."
Okay. I'm definitely intrigued. As a Pokeball connoisseur, being able to make better in different Pokeballs is, one of my life goals. It's just when we first got here, we felt sort of captured and wasn't given much of a choice. I explained to him basically how when we were first here, we were led to a hut. The door was closed, and the guard basically instructed us to create 2 Pokeballs a day, and didn't really feel like we had much of a choice in whether we were being asked to stay or not.
Oh, yes. Again, a misunderstanding, of course. You understand how sometimes, things don't always work out. Like, guards, again, good help is hard to find. They don't, you ask them, please find better people to help our citizens and help our country. And they, guards and the help, and then they do everything they can, and they do the best that they can. And they think they're helping, but they don't understand that you're clearly above some of the others around here. So you be treated with a little bit more kindness and respect.
Okay. Well, I don't have a problem with us working together. I have a problem with...
I knew you were an intelligent man.
But I do have a problem with being, whether you say forced or not, to stay here. As you are aware, I have a party of friends who, I assume, are heartbroken and distraught that I was not there when they woke up. Frantically searching for me. So I'm sure they're going to be looking for me right now as we speak.
If our guards had have seen your friends with you, I'm sure they would have brought them. It must have been another misunderstanding. I'm sure we can send out a search party for your friends immediately. And he beckons one of the nobles over. He's like, go get a search party for his friends. The other, yes.
I kind of put my finger up and I go, you guys might want to go unarmed, waving a white flag. And really emphasize that you are here on a mission of peace and to bring them to me, and that I am not harmed. Otherwise, I don't know. There was some type of mix-up the last time we were here. A guard attacked one of my friends. My friend, defended himself. I just don't want anything bad to happen again,
Of course. We would hate for anything bad to happen. And he like the nobleman rushes off to go, obviously do whatever.
So I asked the question to the king, what type of research are you looking for? And what type of benefits could help me with my research?
Well, your friend left behind this thing, and he pulls out like a guard brings out a
little dollop trolley thing with a
little trolley, and it's like a dissected version of one of the beacons that Nero has.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yes, these are quite incredible. It wasn't you who brought it, was it? It was one of your friends.
Yes, that was one of my my friends. He's a bit of a scientist himself. He's placing these relays to gather information about this world, as far as my knowledge of what he's using them for.
Excellent. Yes, our top scientists have determined the same thing. Yes, he's here to help this world greatly. We are eager and excited to help him set up as many relays as needed.
What's the catch?
What do you mean?
Well, nobody just does anything like this without any benefit to themselves. I understand there's some benefit to, wanting to progress the better good of everyone, but, there's got to be something in it for you.
Well, you see, right now, Gravito, my kingdom, is quite wealthy, and our citizens are living quite well. Whereas outside of the country, it's very hard. I'm sure you've seen some of the areas. They're struggling out there.
They're doing okay. They're struggling, but they're doing okay.
Yes. Well, if we can set up more of these relays and set up some things, we can connect with your world, and my country and your world can better help these struggling areas. Not to mention, have you made it to Gravito yet? No, you're in Gravito.
Yeah, we're in Gravito.
Where am I? Why is this? Oh, this is not in order. Sorry. Have you made it to Stellaris yet? The one city you guys haven't gone to.
Oh. No, we haven't made it there quite yet.
Well, very good that you haven't gone there. Magnus is a terrible man. He is a brutal dictator who bent on conquering this island, and he will stop at nothing until he is done.
And that's the city, and I kind of look at my version of the map, and I that's the city that's at B32 area. Is that the one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You have heard, you've heard he's a tough guy. That's a common thread that everybody has told you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, no, I'm very, very happy to hear you haven't gone there. Magnus is... I don't know if you would have survived had you gone to Stellaris.
We could have. Our team's pretty good.
I hear he goes stronger by the day. My latest informants tell me he has a giant Garchomp.
Oh, he's caught the giant Garchomp now, has he?
So you have heard as well. So you understand how strong he is.
I don't know how strong the Garchomp itself is, but we have heard of that there was a giant Garchomp. But yeah.
Yep.
Now, so what would you like to do moving forward?
Oh wait, no, not Magnus. Magnus is still... Where am I? Hold up. Sorry. It's not Stellaris. It would be... Is it Stellaris?
You need to put some little name tags on
here.
this map.
Sorry. Ganzorg. Yeah, Ganzorg. Magnus is the leader of the village. Ganzorg is the war general of the village.
Okay.
Sorry. But yes, he still tells you he tells you that Magnus is a terrible dictator bent on taking over the bent on taking over the island, and he has General Ganzorg, who General Ganzorg has the giant Garchomp. And he also has a terrible threat of other Pokemon as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that being said, again, I ask, what would you like to do moving forward?
Moving forward? Why, you could live here in safety and master the creation of the Master Ball. I'm sure between yourself and our experts, you could get very close. And he snaps his fingers, and you see this trolley roll out, and it's got like one of those cloches on it, like the little
Very,
thing,
like the red silky, like plush pillow. Yeah.
The red silk plush pillow with the little like domed cover over it. And you see the king. This is he gestures to you to like lift the cover.
I look at it. I look at him. I point at it and I go, "Is this what I think it is?" And I gently lift up the silk, cloth that's covering it over, and I flip it over.
Inside,
do my eyes gleam with magic?
You see a Pokeball unlike any Pokeball you've ever seen. It's an odd shape. It seems to be it's not spherical, but anytime you look at it, it is spherical. So when you're not looking at it, like its shape it seems to almost pull into itself. And if you pick it up, holding it, you can't, like, if you hold a ball in your hand, the ball touches your whole hand, right?
Yeah.
Like you feel it on the surface of your hand. If you hold a square, like a cube in your hand, you only feel like the points of the cube, right?
Yeah, you only feel it,
where it touches your hand. It's not
exactly.
It feels different. Holding this, it's not moving. Like it's not like it's like you're not holding like a water balloon and it's sloshing around and moving. You're not holding, a hamster ball with a hamster running around inside of it trying to like wiggle. Holding it, it's no shape you've ever held before. Your hand doesn't know what to do with this texture. And looking it over, this Pokeball seems to, it's not a Master Ball. It has a chance of missing. But this Pokeball is also, it's able to be thrown through the fabric of reality, it seems, from what you can gather. Like if you threw this Pokeball here, you stand a chance of catching a Pokemon back in your world.
Oh. That's dangerous. I look at it and I look at him while just kind of like holding the ball in my hand and like still trying to like get a sense of the whole feeling and texture in my hand. Now, did he say that or
no? This is what you like. You are talented at making Pokeballs.
Yeah.
This is, and like there's also certain intrinsic things in this world. Like when you've held a TM in this world and you know what that TM does.
Okay.
You've held, there's certain like magical, mystical quantities, mythical things that exist in this world that you just in the very fiber of your being, even though you don't know, right? Mm-hmm. This is one of those things that you think if you didn't know anything about Pokeballs, you still would know this is impressive. You wouldn't know quite the depth of it, and you wouldn't know exactly how to use it. But with absolutely no knowledge of Pokeballs, you would still be able to pick this up and say, this can do more than I can imagine. But because you have that knowledge, you pick it up and you're like, oh my goodness, this can do more than even I can imagine. And I have all this knowledge of what it can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So while holding this Pokeball, I kind of, like my head's kind of like slanted down. I'm looking at the Pokeball, and only my eyes just kind of like slowly blink and look up at the king. And I go, what was the initial goal when developing this Pokeball?
Our goal, well, I mean, we have so many travelers here from other worlds and their places. The goal with this was to, I mean, first and foremost, move forward with technology and move forward with the progress of science. But the second goal would be to help those who get trapped in this world, like ourselves, who, miss Pokemon back in their own world. I've heard so many stories of Pokemon that just don't exist here, but they could with this Pokeball now.
Okay. I definitely like the idea of trying to be innovative. I'm concerned with the harmful potential that this ball could cause. I'm not too sure if it's a power that humanity in general should have access to.
All progress comes at a cost. All progress causes a threat. It's how you use that progress.
But it's how do we what's the word? How do we govern that power so it doesn't get used for nefarious purposes?
You see. Well, that's where yourself and I come in, and the other head, I mean, yourself and I come in. As king, I govern and I make those hard decisions for the people. And as head of research, or potentially head of research, you could have a say and help out.
Okay. One of the things I will want to implement is these Pokeballs being able to rip through. Does the king know this Pokeball can rip through realities? Or am I the first one to know?
Do you want to make a roll to see how much the king knows?
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Roll me. Ooh, this is an eloquence roll. So you're gonna roll 2 dice and cut 1.
All right. Oh, slash first. 2d6.
So
2, a fat 2.
Perfect. Looking at the king, he's the king. He's got to know. He has to know something about these Pokeballs.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be stupid not for him to know. And he's clearly been talking as he has knowledge of these Pokeballs. Or this Pokeball, because he said that this is the only one they have.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you wanting to make more of this? Or is this just an example of similar things that you want to make?
I mean, both, of course. We'd love to be able to make more of these. It took quite a lot of resources and time to make that. And our current master engineer is struggling to replicate it.
Is this the same engineer that asked me and Cabe for help?
You don't know. He hasn't used a name other than a master engineer.
Okay. What I will say to the king is, I do agree to, for the time being, work in a beneficial partnership to lend my knowledge and for them to lend me their knowledge. But in regards to potential dangerous Pokeballs, there needs to be a form of outside counsel that even the king cannot manipulate to decide whether or not, for the whole beneficial of the human populace, if that is what he is describing he wants to do, is in the best interest of everyone, that these Pokeballs be given to people.
Of course. And he looks around, he's like, beckons one of the nobles over here. He's like, we will set up finding impartial judges. Go, and he rambles off some names, and he's like, go find them, and we'll figure out some impartial judges. We'll get this sorted right away.
Now, when I meant, like, impartial, counsel, I mean from, like, people from across the island.
Of course. Once we make better contact and once we are able to help them, we will definitely bring them on.
Okay. Well, as long as these safeguards and plans are in place, then yes, we can continue a partnership of development.
Wonderful. Great. Well, then I thank you for coming to visit with me today, and a guard will see you off to your quarters.
Okay. One of the things I wanted to mention was, I expect, and I make it very clear that myself and my party is free to come and go as we please from the kingdom without any hindrance from the guards or the nobility. And as long as that is okay, I am 100% going to do my part in development of the research.
Of course. Now you're gonna have to forgive us. We're like, it's gonna take a few days to, get the proper paperwork signed and everything, and for people to know who you are, as well as we'd ask that I can't send you in good conscience out without a guards or guides. So of course there's going to have to be some protocols in place, but you are definitely welcome to come and go as please.
Do I have my stuff back?
Not yet, no.
Okay. I asked the king, does he know of the mythical Pokemon Darkrai?
The king, he just kind of, you see him pull out a Pokedex, which is something you haven't seen anyone pretty much use in this world.
Oh.
And he's like, even your own, like, you guys haven't tried to use your Pokedex. No one has stated the word Pokedex.
Yeah, I guess we haven't really.
Your Pokedex, like, it's not working great. It's giving you weird, like, you'll like go to scan even your own Pokemon, and it gives you like you scan Darkrai, and it's like, Pidgey, the water Pokemon. It swims upside down in space. And you're like, no. And then like you go to scan, Ditto, and it's like Darkrai, the Ditto Pokemon. It is made of potatoes.
A beloved delicacy around all of space and the universe.
Or like you scan Piplup, and it's like Charmander, the electric Pokemon, like a mythical level creature.
Lots of errors.
Yeah. And yeah, you see him pull out his Pokedex, and he's like Darkrai, and it comes up and it gives a full description of Darkrai, and he's like, "Oh yes, I've heard of Darkrai."
All right. So I just casually mention that Darkrai, among other Pokemon, are a part of my party. I feel as though I am more than adequate enough to defend myself. Now, I agree, or I am thankful of the concern for my safety and well-being. And I wouldn't leave until my friends came to, come get me. But having a constant guard and watch over me is completely unnecessary.
Oh no! You misunderstand. Not in this. You wouldn't have a constant guard and watch. It would be you'd have someone to help you. I'm, an errand boy per se, or a scribe to write down any notes as you need them. And yes, of course, they will be trained to defend themselves and to be able to help you as best needed.
I can't remember his name, but I mentioned the guy who I was first introduced to down in the city, who was also crafting Pokeballs.
You never got his name. You just heard
okay.
that
I'll mention to the king then. There was a gentleman who I was introduced to who was crafting Pokeballs. And I feel that me and him would make a good team moving forward with the research.
Of course. I will have all the Pokeball makers come up to your shop to introduce themselves. That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Okay. Now we got the ball rolling.
Of course, it'll take time. Like, they're not just going to run up today. They're working on things. Things take time. There's a protocol, a order to do things, but they will come by and see you.
Now, am I not gaining the title of head researcher? Is that not some type of distinguished title?
Of course. Obviously, we will give you the title of head researcher. You have, and he gestures to the Pokeballs you've made. You've clearly proven your worth. Yes, the title of head researcher is a must. I mean, the first few days here, you'll probably be spent shopping for clothing of your status, making sure you have everything you need in your home, in your workshop. I mean, it's going to be a busy week for you, I assume.
Yes, I suppose you are right. All right, I will give them till, let's say, the next day by noon to start to assemble and introduce themselves.
Oh goodness! You can't ask them to come see you when you're, looking like this. And he gestures to you, and he's like, "Again, it's going to take a few days to get some clothes and to get your workshop up in your own home, presentable for guests. It's please be reasonable here. Give us some time to there's a process. There's traditions. There's decorum."
Okay. I will listen to what you say, but I really emphasize on the fact that I want that one researcher from the village.
Of course.
By tomorrow at noon. Everyone else, I understand there's a process, but I want to see him right away.
Of course. I'm just going to hit pause for a second because I think Marshmallow's trying to eat something. And we're back. Marshmallow was trying to eat all the cardboard on the ground. He had knocked it over. Yes, the king's like, of course, that one researcher. Again, you have to take it. You have no idea what his name is, what he looks like. We have probably 100 Pokemon crafters. You can't expect all of them to walk through your door in one day.
I don't want them all to walk through my door in one day. And I literally explain which hut it was. And
you have no idea. Like,
no,
this place is vast, and you were like, wound around through like you. Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to pick it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
You might be able to describe what he looks like, but the king, again, he'll say, that describes a lot of people around here. Like, you don't have enough details to actually narrow it down. Like, the king says, you remember walking into this palace, right? Like, you looked back and looked over part of the city. It's huge. It's a big cavern. Like, there's buildings everywhere. Like, you have no idea where you were.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
But we will send all of the researchers to you, of course. It just, again, it's time.
Takes time. All right. Well, I say, please do not test or waste my time.
Of course not. Of course not.
As I turn around to, I bid the king adieu, and I thank him for his presence, and I hope that by now, after I was talking, that my items and Pokeballs have returned.
They should be in your home.
All right. I will head towards my home.
Yeah. The doors close behind you, and a guard comes over, and he goes, "Hello, and he bows to you. He's like, I am to be your helper while here in the city. If you have need of anything, I am here for you."
Take me to... No, I don't think they would have that here.
What do you want?
No,
he looks at you. He's like, please.
I was making one of those. It's like, I want to go to a strip club. No.
He's like, of course, we have several.
Everyone, no. No. What would I like to do first? I want to lay my eyes on my workshop and see the things that I may still require.
Of course. First, though, I'd recommend maybe we change your attire a little bit. You're not quite presentable to go shopping just yet.
Okay.
You're in like
I'm in my skivvies.
You're in your skivvies. Yeah.
They had me talk to the king in my skivvies?
Yeah.
Oh my. off of their heads.
The guard will usher you down the stairs, and you both go down the 3 flights of stairs, winding around. It's only 3 flights down, but because it winds all the way around the pillar, it's actually quite a lot longer. Because it's just winds. Because like each step, instead of each step being about a foot or just under a foot like a normal step is, each step is probably 10 feet, because it goes around this pillar, like these giant pillars.
Mm-hmm.
So the steps themselves are massive.
I've made giant spiral staircases in Minecraft. I know how big those platforms can be.
Yeah, exactly. So you go down the steps. You get to the bottom.
I mentioned to the guard, gee, it sure would be fun if there was a slide here, don't you think?
The guard chuckles. He's like, that would be fun. It'd be a good time. Maybe. And he's just chuckles. And the two of you go, and he quickly ushers you. When you get down to the stairs, you kind of a few blocks away is a tailor shop, and
it's a me shop.
Yeah. They quickly, honestly, they make an outfit right there. You wait a few hours, but they fully sew, cut, and design an outfit for you right there. It fits you perfectly, and you've seen all the nobles in town now. You see kind of what the fashion is, and it fits in with the fashion, and it fits flawlessly. It's made out of fine silk and cloth. It's beautiful. It's probably nicer than any clothes you've actually ever had, even in the other world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm dressed the part.
Yeah. The guard looks at you, goes, perfect. Well, now that you have one outfit, we shall shop around. And the tailor took, you gave some notes of other colors and stuff, and he's going to be making, over the next few days, he'll make some other outfits for you, so that you don't just have one outfit. And then the guard hurries you over to a different tailor to get some hats made. He ushers you around to a bunch of different places to just get some things made and starting to get made for you. And by the time he brings you back to what appears to be your house, which is this gaudy mansion, alongside many other gaudy mansions in the area, he's like, and here's your home.
I'm just in awe. All right, let's check this. Let's check this out.
Of course. You walk it. It's a beautiful mansion. They've you notice they're working on kind of one half of the mansion, not on the outside, on the inside. The outside is still pristine. On the inside, they're hollowing out one half, and it looks like they're putting in a workshop. But the other half is just a beautiful mansion, luxury mansion. You have electric lights. You have heated floors throughout the entire place. You have a pool in the back. You have a hot tub. Everything you could want, you have it.
I would like to pop out my Pokemon.
They're not here yet.
Oh, they're not here yet?
Yes.
I thought you said they were at my house.
The guard looks at you and goes, I'm so sorry. There must have been a confusion. I will send and he sends a runner boy he's like, he will go get them.
Uh-huh. Okay. I just kind of, I showed disgust that, the king said that my stuff would be here and it's not.
Everything but your Pokeballs are here.
Ah. All right. Okay.
So you do have everything but your Pokemon. Sorry, you do have like your Pokeballs. But you don't have
the
your
Pokeballs with the Pokemon in it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I will. How much time has passed now?
Honestly, you've been here hours. Like it's probably been the better part of a full day.
Okay. So it's probably adequate to say that, now is one of those. It's like it's late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Like you have a private chef and dinner is being served and you're probably going to eat and go to bed because you're probably pretty tired.
Even though I've already overslept.
Yeah.
But I overslept to the point where I'm now
back to being tired.
Back to being tired. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I will mention to that soldier guard guy and say if my Pokemon are not back here by the time I wake up, we are going to have a problem.
Of course.
As I say that, I close my door and I'm going to make a research roll.
What are you trying to do?
I'm searching the room for anything like bugs, cameras. I don't know if there are cameras in this world. Basically anything that would, make it seem that, this room is meant to surveillance me.
Yes. Yeah, roll research.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. So still only 3. Okay. 4s and a double 5.
Nice. Yeah, you don't. There's nothing in here that's bugged or camera or anything.
Okay. So with that and my mind being at ease, I will go to sleep.
Yep.
And yeah.
And you wake up in the morning and you see beside your bedside table, or on your bedside table, I should say, is all 6 of your Pokeballs.
I will look at them. Do I notice anything off with them? Or are they exactly as I remember?
They're exactly as you remember.
Okay. I will bring out all the Pokemon.
Yep. They all say hi to you.
I will, talk to the Pokemon, explain the situation, and what should I do? I'm going to attach. I'm going to have Ditto. Now, I assume I'm still alone in this mansion, right?
No.
Or in my room.
Are you waking up and wandering around the mansion?
No, I'm still in my room.
If you're in your room, yeah, you're alone in your room. But in the mansion, like you've seen already, there's like a construction crew building a workshop in there. You have a private like chef. Like you have a team of servants basically, or
Okay.
house staff.
Oh, right. And we're in a mountain, aren't we?
Yeah, you're inside of a mountain.
Ah, crap. Okay, so that idea is gone.
Yeah, you can't just fly away with Matang.
No, I was gonna have Ditto transform into Matang, and then I was gonna attach a note to Matang and be like, "Okay, fly and find my friends and let them know what's going on."
Yeah, no,
Can't do that.
That would not work.
Okay. All right. So I will have the remainder of my Pokemon return. I'm going to have Darkrai follow and keep an eye on me from the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And Ditto is going to take his place, on my shoulder. And
yeah,
I will open the doors. And I will start the day.
You open the door and you see that guard is there, and he goes, "Good morning, sir."
Good morning.
And we will end the episode there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with you having a lovely time in Gravito. Honestly.
And not being held prisoner.
Yeah. And so I was Ian, the one of the two people here.
And I was Taylor playing Axel. I am now the owner of a mansion and head researcher.
Excellent. And we are sponsored by nobody. Signing off.